Welcome, friends, to part 2 of our workout that uses the chair, a weight, and in the first part of the workout we used a band, but we won't use it in this part. So I'm sitting on the mat with the chair in front of me, and I'm going to open my legs so that the outer edges of my feet below the ankle bone are pressing out into the feet of the chair. So I get my outer thighs to really activate. That's good, okay? So you're going to reach forward with your arms, put your forehead on the front of the chair, and just forward fold. It feels good. Relax your shoulders down. Have your thighs really driving down to the floor. Elongate through the back of the leg, maybe flex your feet a little bit, and don't forget you're pressing outward. Now stack your back, and we'll start very easily. Pressing outward with the feet, you're going to round back, so make sure you're scooped here. Inhale, and on the exhale, press into those outer feet and roll up. Maybe reach for the back of the chair. You could reach for the top of the chair. And let's just do one more like this. It's a fairly traditional half roll back, just using a little stability of the chair. And roll forward. Now, if you want to, and you don't have to, you're going to pick up one weighted ball. And as you round forward towards the chair, you have your upper arms in line with your ears. You want them to stay there. Pull your abs in. Roll back until you're in a half roll back position with your arms reaching to the ceiling. Have the weighted ball in one hand, and you're going to drop that weighted ball with a straight arm out to shoulder height. Then you're going to circle that arm forward as you flex forward with a round back. And that's where you stay. And we're going back again. And as you might expect, the other hand drops with the weight in it. And you feel the obliques really turn on that side. And you circle the arm forward as you come up. Let's do that again on either side. You're rounding back. You're dropping the arm out to the side. You're coming forward and lifting as you come forward. Exhale, you're going back. Inhale, you drop the arm and circle it forward. Now we're going to add a twist to this. So press out into the edges of the chair legs. Roll down. Good, keep those arms by your ears. This time as you drop the arm, you're going to simultaneously twist the upper body. Untwist the upper body. As you come back, bring the weighted ball to the other hand. You're rolling back. As you drop the arm on the other side, you're twisting to the other side. You're circling forward and coming back. We're going to do one more on either side. You're going to round back, drop the arm, rotate, come all the way back up. Last time, you're going back. Open the arm as you twist and circle it forward and put the weighted ball down. You can actually put it on the floor. Again, press into your feet hard, or the legs, so that you really get these outer thigh muscles working. And let's roll down to the mat. Press out, press out, press out. Stay when you're halfway there, and pulse up and down, and up and down. Every time you pulse up, you pull your abs in. We have 2 more. 5 and 6. Good. You're going to go down closer to the floor and pulse again for 6 and 5 and 4 and 3. We have 2 more. It's 2 and 1. You're going down a little closer to the mat. So close you're almost touching, and come up for it. 6 and 5 and 4. Again, really think of the abdominals engaging, releasing, engaging, releasing, engaging, releasing, and go all the way down. Bend your knees, move closer to your chair, and put your feet on top of the chair. Okay, so I have sort of the arches of my feet on the chair, and when you're down there, you want to be pretty perpendicular to the floor with your thigh bones, okay? And you just find a place on your foot that doesn't set off all kinds of horrible nerves. Widen your collarbone. You're going to press down into your hands on the floor. You press through the whole back of the arm. Let's go into a little bit of an imprint and then reluctantly release your tailbone and see how high you come up in this hip roll. Take an inhale at the top as you press your knees forward and straighten out. Tailbone is reaching toward the back of the knees, and then roll down and see how carefully you can articulate through the spine. When you're down there and your lumbar has hit, then rock your pelvis forward to bring the natural curve back into the lumbar spine. Let's do that a few more times. You're going to tilt the pelvis, press down rather than forward with the legs, and articulate up until your 2 points of contact are your feet on the chair and your shoulder blades on the mat. Don't let yourself be dipped. You want to be up straight, reach those knees forward. Now sink your sternum and roll down. 1 vertebra at a time. Rock forward. We've got 2 more. Tilt the pelvis and lift up. Sink the sternum. Set up the flexion in the upper back and ride that flexion all the way down. Rock forward and lift the low back. And here's the last one. You're coming up. Great. Now you're going to reach one leg to the ceiling. I've chosen my left. I'm going to flex the foot of that leg and lower it a little bit, maybe to mid-shin, and then point. So it's the middle of the shin of the other leg. 2 more. Down and up and down and up. Now keeping the moving leg lifted to the ceiling, drop your hips and lift your hips. You're not rolling. You're dropping and lifting. You should feel the hamstring and the glute of the other side. Dropping and lifting. Put the foot down. Roll back down to the mat. I'm going to move my chair a little forward because it decided to move back on me. And we'll do the other side. Okay, get yourself ready. Don't do what I did and push forward. You want to push down and roll yourself up. Get those hips high and level. Reach one leg to tabletop, reach it to the ceiling. Flex the foot, lower it to the middle shin of the other leg and bring it up. 2, 3, we've got 1 more, 4, good, point the toe, the leg pointing straight to the ceiling. You're going to drop your hips and lift your hips. The lumbar spine never touches here. You're not rolling. 1 more, drop and lift, bring the leg to tabletop, put it on the chair. Now do roll down, and that feels good. Okay, so we're going to turn around and change our orientation to the chair. I'm going to move my chair back a little bit and hold on to the legs. So you don't want to be pulling the chair. You just use it as an anchor point. I don't hold at the floor because it's more comfortable for me to hold up a little bit higher on the legs of the chair. And move yourself away so your arms can be nice and lengthened. Okay? So imprint your back a little bit by sinking the small of the back toward the mat. Lift one leg to tabletop. Lift the other leg to tabletop. Connect your heels but keep your toes free and open out your knees. Okay, so we could just start with this. You have your knees closed, you open your knees, you close your knees. You open your knees, you close your knees. all we're doing is rotating the femur bone in the hip socket, which turns out to be a really good thing for lubricating the hips. We've got 2 more. It's open, close, open and stay. Keep the heels connected and reach those legs long toward the wall in front of you and bring them back. Now, the further out those legs go, the more your low back is challenged, the more your abdominals have to turn on to keep that low back in imprint. We've got 4 more. You can try going lower, see if your back can do that. You could go a little higher, see if that's more comfortable for you. And out, and in, and out. Now as you come in, hold it. You're going to reach your legs out into a very wide V and then bring them together. It's as if you're on your back doing a reverse breaststroke kick. Pull it in, reach it out, draw them together. Pull it in, out, draw them together. We have 2 more. Inhale, exhale, hold the exhale as you connect. In, out, connect. Now reverse that. Go into your V. Now connect your heels by bending your knees acutely and send it out. You open into the V, you make a diamond, and you bring it out. Or you make a V, bring it into frog feet, and bring it out. We've got 3 more. And 2. 1 more. Great. Now lift your legs up to the ceiling. You want to turn your toes out, heels are still toward one another. Flex your feet hard. You're going to open your legs not too wide and then connect them with some force. And you're going to bring them very close to one another without actually touching them. So it goes out and in, out and in, out and in. Now if you touched, you'd feel much less in your inner thigh than what you're feeling now. I just want you to feel that inner thigh engage and engage and engage and engage. Now point your toe, they're still turned out, and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Flex your feet and continue. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and flex. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and point. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and flex. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We worked the outer thighs before, so we have to give equal love to the inner thighs. 4, 5, 6 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stop and parallel your legs. You're going to flex those feet and lower the legs as low as you can hold imprint with your arms over your head. Point your toes and lift them up. Exhale, lower them down. Watch that low back and point the toe and lift them. Exhale, lower, lengthening right through the heel and point the toe and lift. We've got 3 more. 3 and 2 and just one final one. You're going down, you're lifting up, bend the legs into tabletop, put them on the floor for a second. From here we're going to go into some rollovers. So you want to have the chair somewhere. Your arms should be pretty long. Do not try to pull the chair because it will move and you will be very unstable. You can have a little bend in your elbow, but you don't want to pull the chair towards your head. Imprint your back and lift your legs to tabletop. Set your shoulders by pulling them down towards your waist and lift your knees so that they're over your forehead, and then lengthen your legs enough that they touch the chair. Maybe flex your feet so you get a stretch through the back of the leg, then bend those knees and come down. Let's do that one again. You're rolling and lifting those bent knees about maybe 10 inches above your forehead, And then you're just going to stretch your legs out to touch the chair, bend them, and come back. If that went well, stretch the legs out in front of you, hinge the straight legs to the ceiling, pull your abdominals in and come up and over onto your shoulder blades and bring your legs over to touch the chair. Open them to the width of the chair, flex your feet hard so you're really elongating down the back of the leg, and come down. Keep them apart and then bring them together. Let's do that again. You're going to flex and roll. You could experiment to try to get to the back of the chair, but don't go onto your neck. Open the legs, flex the feet, come all the way down, reach the legs forward, bring them together. If that went well, let's go on to the next level. We're going to hinge and roll. Now remember to stay on your shoulder blades, squeeze your glutes, and lift the feet up to the ceiling. And then lower them down without lowering them toward the chair, and bring them forward. We have one more like this. This is the jackknife. You're going to hinge and roll. Now it's all gluteal action here, and lift up and come down with control. If that went well, we're going to do another one that's a little bit more challenging. You're going to roll, reach to the ceiling, keep one leg up, and reach one leg down to touch the chair, bring it back up, and the second leg. Notice how your stomach feels as you touch and lift and touch and lift. We have one more on either side. Touch and lift and touch and lift. Get ready to come down with control. Easy does it. And we have one more in this little series. So again, if you need to bend your knees on the way over, fine, do that. Okay, you're going to roll over. You're going to lift up in a jackknife. Stay on your shoulder blades. Bend your knees and bring both of them toward one shoulder. Stretch them up to the ceiling. Bring both of them towards the other shoulder. Stretch them to the ceiling. Come to the first. Stretch them to the ceiling. Come to the second. Stretch them to the ceiling. One more in either direction. First and second. Come up, stretch those toes, roll down your back. Oh goodness, that just feels so nice. Okay, so roll yourself up. And let's come over onto our side. I'll bring the chair just a little closer so that you can at least see the edge of the chair. I'm going to thread my lower leg through the chair underneath, bring my top foot onto the chair, just catch it at the edge, don't get the ankle bone, okay, and then you're going to be having your head lowered, but your waist lifted off the mat. You don't want to collapse in it and drop this shoulder. You want to have the waist lifted. Hand can be on your hip, and pressing down into the top leg to engage the inner thigh, flex the bottom foot and lift up and down, up and down. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. We have 4 and 3, 2 more, 2 and 1. Hold it near the top and pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg without touching the floor. Bend the knee toward the chest and stretch it straight out. Bend it and reach it under the chair. Bend and stretch to the front. Bend, reach it under the chair. Bend, stretch to the front. Bend, reach it under the chair. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, 2 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, last one, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, put the leg down, take the leg off. I'm going to switch the chair to the other side. If you choose, you can just use the other leg and turn over. I'm just going to switch my orientation here. Okay, so I have my foot hopefully on the front edge of the chair. Trying to avoid that ankle bone because it gets really painful if you don't. Okay, and then you're going to lift and lower the bottom leg. Head goes down, waist comes up. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. We have 2 more. 7 and 8. Now 10 pulses up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg, but not all the way to the ground. You're going to bend it to the front and reach it out. Bend it and reach it through. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Bend and lengthen, bend and go under. Bend, lengthen, bend toward the chair. Bend to the front, bend underneath the other leg. 1 more. Good. Put it down. Take your legs off. Great. I'm going to change the chair again to the other side. And this time we're going to be on our stomachs. So you want to have the chair just someplace comfortable. And you're going to be on your stomach and move away from the chair enough that the heels of your hand can be right at the top of the chair towards the front. Okay? So your legs are about hip distance apart, your toes are pointed, and you're making a point, no pun intended, to stretch the top of the foot. Pull your abs in, but your pubic bone is touching. Reach the heels of your hand forward and lift your kneecaps. Tailbone goes towards your heels. Now all I want you to do is lower your forehead toward the ground. It doesn't have to touch, but the lower the leg goes, the more you're stretching through the back of the shoulders. Now pull your abs in and lift those kneecaps again. Just refresh everything. And then your head and upper body is going to come up until your ears are parallel with your arms. And then it's going to come up above your arms. And then it's going to go through your arms to the floor. So even though the arms are on the chair, they're being used to stabilize you, not to lift you. Your back muscles are lifting you. So elongate through the head, elongate through the feet, and lift up and go down. You have 2 more. Lift up and go down. Last one. You're going to lift and hold. Lower your shoulders. Reach your chest forward a little bit more and go down. Let your hands drop towards just the bottom leg of the chair or halfway up, someplace comfortable for you. Okay, relax your shoulders, pull your abs in. Lengthen through your legs, and both legs are going to lift, and your upper body is just going to lift, slightly supported by your arms, and lower. So you're coming from a very neutral back here to a smooth curve here, and go down. And exhale, and inhale. We have 2 more. Exhale, and inhale. Last one. Exhale, you're going to reach up, release your arms from the chair, and the arms and legs are going to go out and back together. They're both opening, they're both closing. Keep the body in a little bow, shape of a rocking horse, out, in, one more, out, in, put your hands on the ground, put your head on the ground. Bend your elbows, bring your hands under your shoulders, and push yourself back into a little shell stretch. The chair is nice here because if you're sitting on your heels and you have your hands on the chair, you can get yourself a little shoulder stretch as well as a back stretch. Or if you prefer, you can bring the chair a little closer and curling the tailbone, you can get an elongation through the whole side body. Don't flip your tailbone up, tuck it under, and just elongate. Sit back on your heels for a second. And then you can either kneel up or you can stay kneeling down, whichever is comfortable for you. You're going to have your hand on the seat of the chair and reach your arm out. And then side bend over and come back. Do it again, side bend and come back. Now this time as you side bend, you're going to bring the hand that was on the chair in back of you and flex and twist, and then come back. You're flexing and twisting, and come back. Last time, flex and twist, and come back. Let's do the other side. I'll just move myself over a little bit. I'm sitting on my heels. That's comfortable for me. If that's not comfortable for you, you can kneel up and do this. The height of the chair is fine in either way. First, we laterally flex, and then we come back up. And exhale. And inhale. We have one more like this. Exhale and inhale. Now you're going to free the hand that's on the chair. You're going to laterally flex, twist, and forward flex. And then come back up. And again, twist, and come back up. We have just one more. Twist, and come back up. And that's about it with part one and part two of using the chair, a little bit of a weight, and an exercise band for this week's workout. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you can repeat it a few times, get better with some of the moves that you find challenging, and hope to see you here next week. Have a good week, and for those of you celebrating Mother's Day, hope it's a wonderful, if socially distanced day for you. Take care. Bye-bye.